Everyone, I just wanted to share just a little bit of what has been happening to me personally throughout my journey in the last little while, and my recent experience that tipped everything upside down within me and outside of me. And it was a good experience, by the way. And just a few things that have been happening, because I've been prompted to share. My father, he said, these experiences are free. Share them with your brothers and sisters and listen to others share their experience of what the kingdom of heaven is like. So lots of people used to go up and ask Yeshua, what is the kingdom of heaven like? What is the kingdom? And he'd have all these different parables, right? All different ways of saying what the kingdom of heaven is like. And the reason why these people were going up to Yeshua is because he remembered where he was from. He remembered who he was. He remembered the kingdom of heaven and what it was like. And so people would go up to him and he would share his parables and share his experience of what it was like, what the kingdom of heaven is like, to the people around him that were ignorant of what it was truly like. Otherwise they wouldn't have needed to ask. So when we're all yearning and chasing and striving towards our experience of seeing what the kingdom of heaven is like, feeling what the kingdom of heaven is like, and being in that place, we all yearn to strive towards that. And that's kind of the seeking, ignorant stage. And that's what I found for myself. I found that that's what I mean by everything was turned upside down. All of the thoughts that I had and what I thought to be true, that I thought were substantial truths within me, and what I'd learned, they weren't. And I'd realized that, and I'm like, holy shit, is that just what I was doing, seeking? Was that ego? Was that ignorance? And I can better say now that after what the Father showed me, for myself, yes, there was a lot of lies, a lot of ignorance, a lot of unconscious carnal nature that I didn't realize was that, which is kind of the ignorance thing. So I share a little bit of that experience, and what has happened after is this place never leaves. It gave me within my kingdom, it gave me my first real knowing, truth, an unalterable truth that is a knowing that can't be moved or destroyed. Like anyone could talk to you about any God, any Jesus denomination, any bit of literature in the world, and it's like alive in you, so you can see the differences between the lie and the truth, but they can tell you anything and it can't move. I also noticed that this place, when I'm reading things or when I am hearing things and seeing things, it's straight away understood in me. I understand it. Like, I started to listen to this audio book. I always read Nag Hammadis and was connecting dots spiritually, working out truth, what it is and all of that, thinking that I was, which is still a beautiful part of my journey, because that's what helped unlock and what helped my heart desire the visitation and the kingdom and the Father. And then he gives it to you, like he says he would. But in this book, I've done a lot of study and stuff in this book, but it was after it that I read the audio, listened to the audio in the Tripartite Tractate, and I stopped and paused and I went, holy shit, Father, I now understand. They are speaking about the place that they'd visited. It was speaking from being in this place, knowing this place, not just learning about this place, you know, through people or different things. It was about being in this place, and they were trying to describe it. Hats off to how they could describe that, because sometimes when I'm talking about my experience or what I feel the kingdom of heaven is like to someone, it's all different, always different, because it's alive. Yeah, it's always different. But I could see that they came from this place, and Yeshua, and now that this place is there, it's like it can't disappear. And I also noticed that impulses and all of these other different things stripped away, because in this place the flesh turned into an oily, stinky, yucky, like blob that got sucked into an abyss. So bam, instantly there was no sin at all. Even my thoughts of what I thought was sin, I was like 80% not correct of what I thought was the truth, who I thought was Yeshua, who I thought was the Father, who I thought I was. It wasn't the truth, 80% of it. So that kind of knocks you on your ass and humbles you into this new place that, you know, you're learning from as a babe to speak from the knowing with authority, as in you want to share what's freely shared, which is these experiences of home, of remembrance, of Father, anything like, you know, all of the above. And you want to share these experiences with each other. And as I do try and share my experience with, you know, I'm noticing a lot of people, when I'm talking about something that it's like it's misperceived that I'm in lack, or I'm in need, or I'm not in joy, and that I'm not in this kingdom and in this place. I'm not sitting in this place and perfectly okay and firm in who I am. And that is something I've noticed, that when I'm sharing the, you know, my experience of the kingdom of heaven and the truth and what I know, and what I've been shown, it can be mistaken. I'm noticing it can be mistaken a lot to someone feeling like I'm trying to say something else, but I'm not. I'm just trying to say this is how it is. Sorry, I can't move it, can't change it. I wished I could for you. I would, but you'll have to wait and see till you get it, until you go through it. And he does give it to you. He doesn't give you a serpent when you ask for bread. So that's a beautiful thing too. So keep yearning to ask, to experiencing and remembering and re-entering this place that was your home, re-entering it again through remembrance, and then staying in it, and then learning to express what the Father is showing and moving. And more was a feeling for me, and learning to express that with none of that other shit and folly of what people think or how they react or anything. It's you just share your experiences, and don't be scared. The other thing I want to talk about this month too is vulnerability, not being scared and just running into the fire. And I know, because Father's asking me to do the same thing, and I'm like, but I'm only like, I'm a babe, Father, don't be doing this. And he's like, open your bloody throat chakra, son. Don't talk about this stuff, and be open. And so, yeah, and he protects you in that place. But wonderful experience, and, you know, may we all get to slowly remember and experience what the true kingdom of heaven is, and not be moved from this place, and then move through this endurance as steadfast as possible in Christ. Much love to everyone. I hope everyone's doing good.